I commend Tyson because he's one of the guys that paved the way for me to be where I'm at. You know, he's a legendary champion. And the only thing I have to say about Mike Tyson is everyone is always trying to judge Mike Tyson. He lived his life the way he wanted to live his life. No one can say what they would have done if they were in his shoes.
Greetings to all and welcome back to the channel, your one-stop shop for all things boxing. We're breaking down the sparring session that the entire boxing community is talking about today. Yes, the GOAT himself, Floyd, because we have something
You're up in the air.
incredibly interesting to share with you. Iron Man versus Floyd Mayweather. Mike Tyson. Allow me to explain how we get here before moving on to the highlights. It was nothing short of ridiculous that these two guys, who are both icons in their own way, entered the ring together. Are you prepared to begin the activity? Floyd mighty, even though the fighters were from different eras, their clashing of styles made this sparring encounter legendary. Mike Tyson, the unmatched tactical genius, and the raw force and ferocity that defined a generation of boxers. Let's get going now. Both men are assessing one another when the opening round starts. Tyson is performing at his peak, and Floyd is being Floyd, that is, the defense must stay on their toes and use that superb head movement to evade his jabs.
But we're not friends anymore. Until November 15th, I'm knocking this motherfucker out, and we're gonna see who's dead. We will see who's dead.
Mike, when you hear Jake Paul say, though, we're gonna see who's dead, what does that do to you? Does that make you put yourself in the mindset of understanding that this young killer wants to take you out?
Is he really a young killer?
Yeah, you had to go on your little menopause break and postpone the fight, so yeah. Your tummy hurts still?
I feel a lot better now.
I covered all your fights in Atlantic City. Are we going to see the Atlantic City that you showed back in the 90s on November 15th?
Hey, listen, but as soon as I catch this guy, it's going to be totally over.
Neither of them is pulling punches, rather, they are both keeping low, swaying, and preparing those nasty body strikes. Tyson is pouring some major heat in those shots, so it's obvious he has bad intentions. Floyd is calmly swerving and ducking. Both of them are circling each other, but you can feel the intensity building as Tyson occasionally counters with a swift move, indicating that he is already hatching a big plan. Floyd is getting stronger by the second, and is going all money Mayweather in round 2, which is making Tyson nervous. Floyd's trademark quick jabs, precise counters, and deft agility make it nearly impossible to catch him. A miss of inches, Floyd would respond with a clean shot every time Tyson tried a huge shot, and you could see him grow irritated. But Tyson chases Floyd non-stop, getting closer to him with every step, surrounding him and giving him the impression that he was going to lose. But Floyd is battling with a cleverness, taking shots, walking out of range to make sure he isn't swallowing one of those haymakers, and Tyson round 3 is a masterclass in defense versus offense. So things become crazy, but you can tell when Tyson's strength could eventually break through. Tyson is tired of
a great fighter. You know, he's a little too into himself. You know, he should be. I was the same way too, but you have to come to reality some way. You have to bring your head down to guard. We're nothing to be fucking arrogant. You expect us to be ignorant and arrogant. Look where we came from.
That's why I asked the question earlier about you mentoring fighters, because I feel like Floyd looked at you growing up like every other fighter. And the persona and the lifestyle was like, growing up in the hood, we looked at it like, that's Mike Tyson. We see the cars, the jewelry, the flair. Like you was a movie star. You was a
tricks by this point. You can see the intensity on his face when he stops experimenting and starts throwing tougher strokes. The removal, Floyd tries to keep his distance by dancing, but Tyson's background enters the picture now. Tyson gives Floyd a great right punch to the body, putting Floyd on the defensive for the first time and attempting to keep him off. The blow's sound is audible, and it shifts the atmosphere. Tyson's ability to close space so precisely and intensely makes him a dangerous heavyweight in his peak. He strikes with great force, speed, and accuracy. It's not every day that you see Floyd Mayweather in peril like this, but the gym crowd goes crazy as Floyd falls and looks like he's about to pass out. You can sense the change in energy as Tyson has him completely controlled. Everyone is curious as to whether Floyd can bounce back or if his winning run Is coming to an end. The point is, though, that Tyson sets up the ideal shot. He makes a jab-like gesture, enters in that peekaboo fashion, and then with a hook to the jaw, he cracks Floyd. Floyd Mayweather has to stay away and make sure he doesn't get caught again over the remainder of the round, while Tyson is trying to land the finishing blow. Tension is still strong as the sparring session comes to a conclusion, since neither combatant wants to give up, and they both realize they've made a statement, but it did happen. Floyd Mayweather excels at enduring pressure. He inhales deeply, gathers himself, and returns immediately to his defense. Tyson used his signature explosive strength to land a right punch to Mayweather's jaw, sending him to the ground. It's clear that Tyson remains a strong opponent, and the YouTuber might suffer a great deal if he battles Jake Paul with the same fervor. That is, if Floyd, you never know what will happen to Jake Paul, so you couldn't hang out with Tyson. Mike Tyson, I treasure Mike. Though I respect them, we are no longer friends as of November 15th. After I take this out, we'll find out who's deceased. Mike, yes, your stomach hurt, but you had to postpone the argument and take a brief menopausal break. But I feel so much better now that I've told about all of your conflicts in Atlantic City. On November 15th, will we get to witness the Atlantic City you showed us back in the 1990s? What does Jake Paul mean when he says that we're going to see who's dead to you? Does that help you imagine that this young assassin is trying to assassinate you? Has expressed his thoughts on Floyd's approach to the game in no uncertain terms. Despite Floyd's flawless record, Mike has always thought that the warrior spirit is less present in Floyd's battles and more about defense money. Mike is all about his killer instinct, having become the youngest heavyweight champion in history. Even at 58 years old, he is still capable of taking down opponents. Floyd is an amazing boxer, but Tyson made the valid argument once that he's not always the best boxer. The only thing I have to say about Mike Tyson is that everyone always tries to judge him because he lived his life the way he wanted to live it. Although Floyd and Mike Tyson haven't always agreed, boxing will continue despite the fact that Tyson hasn't always agreed with Floyd's approach to the sport. You can thank Floyd for schooling by himself because he's a little scared man. He's a very small scared man. When they announced Floyd was coming in to level up Tyson for the Paul fight, people were seriously skeptical. But this is a legendary team up, two of the GOATs linking up. You never know what could go down the about. As a matter of fact, Mayweather looked up to Tyson as a child. So when the chance to train with his hero presented itself, Floyd seized the opportunity. What is your opinion of Floyd, though? Is he a great fighter who is a little too self-assured, as you think? I was the same way. But you have to come to terms with things. You understand that we are nothing at all. Therefore, you have to let down your guard. What's next for Floyd Mayweather? If you know Floyd, you know he's not the type to let a knockdown, even in sparring, just fade away his undefeated record. That's why I asked the question about you mentoring fighters. I felt like Floyd looked at you growing up like every other fighter, and the persona and lifestyle was like growing up in the hood, and we looked at it like that's Mike Tyson. We see the cause, the jewelry, the flair, like you were a movie star, you were a hero. He believes that leaving a legacy is important, and this one has obviously had an impact. If he insists on a rematch with Tyson, be ready. Floyd has the strength and determination to see it through. After all, he was the one who once requested a different referee during a fight when the calls didn't go his way. Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather engaged in combat showdown. It's not just a strange dream. After easily defeating John Gotti, it is feasible. Soon after, Floyd went back to training, this time with young talent Shakur Stevenson. You may be positive that these sessions will be excellent. The video for today is now complete. Floyd is back at the gym, and there's definitely a purpose for it. Should the motivation be a battle with Mike Tyson, we might be in for the fight of the century. Kindly don't forget to hit the bell icon, like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. By doing this, you can make sure you never miss any of our upcoming videos.